Namaste everyone. Welcome to Prepare with Lakshmi. I have included the introduction of Philip Larkin as a revision. This poem is one of the three poems written about trains. The other one which we have in our syllabus include the Whitsun weddings. Larkin wrote this poem in 1954 and it was published in 1955 in his second collection, The Less Deceived. The summary of I Remember. It was written by Larkin after he stopped unexpectedly in a train at Coventry, the town in which he was born and raised in for the first 18 years of his life. The poem lists, rather satirically, a lot of things that hadn't happened and ended during Larkin's time at his hometown, Coventry. I Remember by Philip Larkin is a 7-stanza poem divided up into sets of 5 lines or quintains. The poem concludes with one final line separated from the preceding quintains. The poetic devices used in the poem are alliteration, metaphor, and repetition. I will read the stanza and explain it briefly. I have also bolded and underlined some of the words to remember the poem easily. Coming up England by a different line for once, early in the cold new year, we stopped and watching men with number plates sprint down the platform to familiar gates. Why Coventry? I explained. I was born here. Now, in this stanza, the poet says that coming up England by a different line. This different line he is talking about is the train, track, maybe different. For once, he was coming up from England and he was coming in a different line. Early in the cold new year, season is cold and the new year is starting out. We stopped. Maybe poet is not traveling alone. He might be traveling with a friend. So he says we stopped. And what did they see? Watching men with number plates sprinting down the platform. Sprint means running down the platform to familiar gates. And familiar gates means they were just moving out of the station. They saw. Why Coventry? I exclaimed. Exclaimed means here the poet was surprised to see that it was his hometown. And he says, I was born here. This is the place where I was born. I leant far out and squinted for a sign that this was still the town that had been mine. So long, but found I wasn't even clear which side was which, from where those cycle crates were standing, and we annually departed for all those family halls. Now see, I leant far out. He was in the train. Okay, he leaned out of the carriage or the compartment and squinted for a sign. Squinted means searched for a sign, for something recognizable, for something he could remember, that this was the town that had been mine. He was searching for something to remember that this was actually his town. So long, but found I wasn't even clear which side was which. But he wasn't able to find out because he did not remember or he did not see anything that he could recognize. So he says it was not clear to him which side was which. Means he is as good as a new person visiting a new place, even though he was born over there. From where those cycle crates were standing, the place where the cycle crates were standing, he was guessing, is it the place from where we used to leave this town to go on family holidays annually? Annually means every year. A whistle went, things moved. I sat back, staring at my boots. Was that, my friend smiled, where you have your roots? No, only where my childhood was unspent. I wanted to retort, just where I started. A whistle went. Now the train blew a whistle and it started to move. Things moved means the train started to move. I sat back, staring at my boots. Now he sat down again. He was leaning out of the compartment. Now he sat down and he put his head down and looking at his boots. Was that, my friend smiled. Now his friend smiled and asked him, was that the place where you have your roots? Where you have your roots means where you were born or where your family comes from. A friend asked, no, only where my childhood was unspent. Now the mood of the poet is went to sour, means it became maybe unhappy. He became unhappy. He wanted to say, no, where my childhood was unspent, means he didn't have any happy memories of his growing up years. He wanted to retort, he wanted to be rude, just he wanted to say where I just started. It was not the place where I have my roots. By now, I have got the whole place clearly charted. Our garden first, where I did not invent blinding theologies of flowers and fruits, and wasn't spoken to by an old hat. And here we have that splendid family I never ran to when I got depressed. Now he started to remember his childhood. He got the memories of his childhood. First, he started out the memories with his garden. He said his childhood was unspent, means he had some expectations of being a child. Those did not come true. So he said, our garden first, where I did not invent blinding theologies of flowers and fruits. Now he recalls the garden first and how it was not a place for any invention or imagination for him, and wasn't spoken to by an old hat. Old hat means old man. He wasn't spoken to. He did not have any friend, cool friend who was older. Okay, and here we have that splendid family I never ran to when I got depressed. Now he's saying here we had a wonderful family, and here he had that wonderful family. The speaker did not have anything special to talk about his friend, about his home to share with his friend. I never ran to when I got depressed. The boys all biceps and the girls all chest. Their comic fort, their farm where I could be really myself. I'll show you, come to that, the bracken where I never trembling sat. Now, in this stanza, the speaker is saying that when the speaker became depressed, there was no special place where he ran to find solace. Means when he got depressed, there was no special place for him where he can go and calm down. The speaker imagines other people's lives. There will be boys who boast about their biceps, and there will be girls coming to age with their budding chest, or they would have owned a Ford car, or a farm where you can run, where you want to be yourself. But the speaker or the poet did not have any of these things. The bracken here is a fern plant. This he is continuing in the next stanza. The bracken where I never trembling sat, determined to go through with it, where she lay back and all became a burning mist. Now he is talking about the crush in the teenage he might have, or as a youth he might have. He is saying, I did not sit trembling beside a fern, a plant, determined to go through with it. Maybe he was talking about the tender moments with a girl, where she lay back and all became a burning mist. Now, where he was within the woods trembling alongside a girl, and the two might have some making out session, and he would be afraid. He did not have any such experience. And in those offices, my doggerel was not set up in blunt 10-point, nor read by a distinguished cousin of the mayor. Now here he says he did not have, in those offices, the speaker's doggerel means comic verse, was not set in blunt 10-point. He did not receive the recognition he thinks he should have in his youth. Others might have had their words read by a distinguished cousin of the mayor. The speaker did not get this honor. The speaker did not have any distinguished cousin to boast his work or see to it that he gets some importance for his work. Who didn't call and tell my father there before us, had we the gift to see ahead? You look as though you wish the place in hell. My friend said, judging from your face. Oh well, I suppose it's not the place's fault, I said. Nothing like something happens anywhere. In this final stanza, and last line of the poem, the speaker's non story about his childhood comes to a conclusion. In an ideal world, the distinguished cousin would have called his father and told him of the promise the young boy had. But here, the speaker's thoughts are now interrupted by his friend, who reads the expression of his face and he says, it looks as if the speaker wished the place in hell. While this might be the case, the speaker replies that it was not really the place's fault. He did not have the childhood he wanted, and it was not the place's fault. The final concluding line is very cynical. It is spoken as if to throw off the hopes he had for his youth and convince himself that the ideal childhood happens nowhere. Nobody will get an ideal childhood. Nothing happens anywhere, he says. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope it was better. It helped you in some way. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.